Hello there, welcome to an F2L tutorial. Now this is intuitive F2L, and yeah, that's what we're going to learn today. So normally after you solve the cross, you put the edge in, and then you do this algorithm to put these in together. But with F2L, you're going to learn how to do this in one move like that. So before we go on, I'm just going to make sure you guys know how to insert an F2L pair. So this is an F2L pair, and as you see, it'll go in this slot, and these two are paired together. So F2L, and as you see, that solved the first two layers for this piece. So there's a couple different types of pairs you can get. You can get this one where white is facing to the right side, and in that case, you want to do that. So basically, you bring this white piece up. You can either bring this white piece up or this white piece up, but as you see, these two don't match. But these two, it pairs white up. So in that case, that will slide this piece in, and it'll go in. Alternatively, you could have white facing the left side. So in that case, you just want to do the mirror of that to put into this slot. So like that. Now the other type of F2L pair you can have looks like this, and this doesn't look like an F2L pair, but it really is. If you know how to put a corner in like this, then that's basically all you're going to do, but you're going to move the edge in a way so that it will connect with the corner piece when it goes in. So for instance, if it's on the right side, like that, and if it's on the left side, then you can do this. So now I'm going to show you how to make it so you can get either that type of pair, or you can get this type of pair. The first thing you want to do is make sure both pieces are on the top layer. So here I have the blue and red piece, which would go here, and I have the blue and red edge. So you have to find both of these pieces and make sure they're both on the upper layer. So in this case, the edge isn't, so I can move the edge into the top layer by doing that, or by doing this. It doesn't really matter. Next step is to look at the corner piece. Now the corner piece can be in one of three different orientations. It can be facing straight up, it can be facing to the right, or it can be facing to the left. So in this case, it's facing straight up. So when any corner piece is facing straight up, you want to look at the edge piece, okay? And you want to connect the edge piece to its center color, just like you would do in the beginner's method for that step. So once you have these two paired, you want to look and see what slot this is going in. So this is the blue and red piece, so it's going to go in this slot. So what you want to do is do an R move to move this edge away from the slot. So this is the slot, so you want to move the edge away from it. Now, if edge is blue, like this, and red was on top, then again, you want to move it away from the slot it needs to go into, like that. So either way you do it, once you move it away, the next step is to move the corner piece to be right on top of the edge piece, like this. And after that, you can resolve that cross, and that will pair them up. So now you have a simple insert like before. So once again, if these two are paired up with red, you can move it away from the slot it needs to go into, then move the corner to be right on top of where it needs to go, and then resolve the cross. So that'll give you this pair, and then you can just do that insert that we learned at the beginning. Next case is when white is not facing up on the corner piece. So white can either be facing the left side or the right side, and this is how you want to figure out where the corner needs to go. So you find the side that white's on. So for instance, white's on this side right now. So using this, you want to make a parallel line to that on the edges. So what that means is that the edge can either go in this spot or this spot. This one, it can't go in this one or this one because this line is not parallel to where white is. If white was on this side, then that means that the edge can go either here or here, because that's parallel. So before you can put the edge here or here, you need to make sure that the edge is in the top layer. So for instance, the edge is back here, so I can take it out simply like that. Now both pieces are in the top layer, so using this trick, we know the edge needs to go either here or here. So the way you know where the edge needs to go is you look at the top color. If the two top colors are the same, then the pieces need to be adjacent. If the two top colors are opposite, then the pieces need to be opposite. So adjacent, opposite. So in this case, the two pieces are the same, so they're going to go adjacent. How do you move this edge over here? Well, that's where you use this trick. When both pieces are in the top layer, you want to hide this corner like this so that you're able to move the edge around without affecting this corner. So the way to hide the corner piece is to do a U prime or a U move so that you can still see white. So basically what that means is if I do a U prime here, I can't see white anymore, it's in the back. But if I just do a U move, I can still see white. So after I can see white, I can simply move it to the bottom with an L move like this. So it's here, so I can move it like this, down like this. And as you see, this piece needs to come over here. So now I can just do a U prime move and then undo that L move I did, and that will pair them up. Now you can insert them like I showed in the beginning. One other thing that could happen is that the two could be paired together, and this could happen in any case. They could be paired together, but not in the right way. So you need to split these up before you do the previous step. So the way to split these two up is, once again, you can hide this corner piece. So to unmatch these two, you want to be able to bring out this open slot and hide the corner while keeping the edge in the top. You can experiment with that, but as you see, if I hide the corner like that, it'll also hide the edge, so that won't work. But if I hide the corner this way, then the edge is free. So then I can just do one move to move the edge into a different spot, and now you can go to the previous step, which is, of course, we know the edge needs to go here or here. Since the colors on the top are the same, it needs to go adjacent. So once again, I can look at this corner piece and move it so I can still see white. So this way, then I can hide it. And then if I look, the piece needs to come here. So U2, and then bring back the corner. So now I have this pair and we can insert it. All right, the only other case you can get is when the tops are opposite. So here, white's facing one of the sides, so we want to look at the tops, and this time the tops are not the same. So if we look at our parallel line, white's on this side, so our parallel line is going to go here. So the edge needs to be either here or here, and we can see since the tops are opposite, they don't go adjacent, they go opposite. So this is actually already paired up, and if you remember from the beginning, then you can pair that up or insert it just like that. So let's just do another example of this. So I want to get both pieces in the top layer first. So I can move this in the top layer like that. And now I'm going to look at my corner piece, and I see white's not facing up, it's facing one of the sides. So I'm going to do the parallel line trick. So the edge needs to go here or here. Then the tops are opposite, so that means it can't go here, it has to go here. So I can hide this corner piece, so I still want white to be visible. So if I do a U prime, white's not visible, but if I do a U, white is. Then I can hide it, and then bring my edge over to where it needs to go. And this is what the pair looks like. Then I can insert it like I showed in the beginning, like that. So that's everything you need to know with F2L. Experiment with that, and I'm sure you'll get it with practice. If you're still having a bit of trouble, I'm going to do one example solve right now, which maybe will help you. So the first thing I see is this one's already paired up. So I can put this one in just using that first algorithm like that. Secondly, I see these two are both in the same layer. Now, white's not facing up here, it's facing one of the sides, so I'm going to do the parallel line trick. So these two edges are parallel, so it needs to go here or here. So I can look at the tops, and since they're both the same color, green, this edge needs to come over here. So this is where the slot needs to go in. So I can move the edge so I can still see white. So I can't see white here, but I can still see white here. Then I can hide that piece, and then do a U2 to move the edge over. Next I can resolve the cross, and that will pair these up, and I can insert that with this algorithm. The next thing I see are these two. So I could do these two first by taking this edge out, but since these two go into this slot, when these two go in here, the edge will have to pop out somewhere. So that's why I'm going to do this one first. So I see white is not facing up, it's facing one of the sides, so parallel lines. like this. So the edge needs to go here or here. Since the tops don't match, it's going to go on this side right here. So I'm going to move the corner piece so I can still see white. So I can still see white here. Then I'm going to hide that corner and move the edge over. Then when I put this corner back, I see now I have this pair. So I can insert that with that insert. One more case, I'm just going to do this extra. So here these are paired together, so I don't want them to be paired together. So I can unpair these by moving the corner into the bottom while keeping the edge on top. Then I can move the edge over and bring the corner back up. So now these aren't paired together. These aren't together. So from here I can do the normal thing. So I see that white's facing up. So in this case I want to pair the edge with its matching center color like this, and then move the edge away from the slot. Then put the corner on top of the edge, and finally resolve your cross, which will pair these two up. And then I can put those in like so. So I hope that helps with your F2L, and this does take a lot of practice to get good at, but this is a very important step, so go ahead and practice it.